everyone! Today I'm going to be doing my Christmas book haul, but first I did pick up a few books before Christmas for myself, so I'm going to haul those first, and then I have some books that I purchased out of gift cards I got for Christmas, and then some books I got for school. First group of books I purchased at Value Village. These are secondhand books, and I got the Playbook by Barney Stinson with Matt Kuhn, and this is kind of based on the character Barney Stinson from How I Met Your Mother. It's a How I Met Your Mother book. I also have the Bro Code. I haven't read the Bro Code yet, but if it's anything like Neil Patrick Harris's autobiography, it's bound to be hilarious. And it's Barney Stinson, so that's enough said. Next, I picked up my very first Colleen Hoover book. Confess, I have heard a lot about Colleen Hoover. Seems like to be a fan favorite among the booktube community. She's considered new adult because it's still young, but it's a little bit racy. So I'm interested to dive into this genre. I haven't read anything new adult yet, but I wanted to pick this one up when I saw it. Next, I finally gave in and picked up Gone Girl. This is the movie cover, which I'm kind of okay with because Ben Affleck, but I haven't actually read this. It's in kind of rough shape, but it's not, for some reason this book is not something that I'm rushing to grab, but I do want to read it eventually, so I decided to pick it up, so when I do want to read it, it's right there ready for me. And the final book is Never Fade by Alexandra Bracken. I don't own The Darkest Minds yet, but I will soon. I've heard mixed things about this series, but I wanted to give it a try, and when I saw the second one there in paperback, I decided to just pick it up. My mom gave me some gift cards, and then a couple other people gave me some gift cards for work. So I picked up a few books, just a few, but these are all the books that I purchased out of the gift cards my mom gave me, because she gave me them early. So I'm just going to reach into the bag and just pull them out as they go. The first one is I'll Give You the Sun by Jandy Nelson. I've heard amazing things about this. This is the paperback version because it has the quote on the front. When you open it, it has the hardcover cover on the inside, which I thought was pretty cool. I'm really looking forward to getting to this one. Like I said, I've heard amazing things from people on BookTube and at work as well. Wow, the weight balance is like perfect now. But yeah, I look forward to getting to this one. Next is Saga Volume 5, which I've technically already read since I did purchase the monthlies on iBooks. But I wanted to have a physical copy since I have volumes 1 through 4 already. So now I can add this to my shelf, but I'm probably going to reread this anyway. Next is Humans of New York Stories. I got Humans of New York a couple years ago for Christmas, and I absolutely loved it. I'm very looking forward to seeing what's in this one and hearing about all the stories because I love this. It's basically this guy, he goes around New York City and he just listens to people's stories and then takes a very candid picture of them. Next is A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. I have been loving her Throne of Glass series this year, and I've heard some amazing things about this book as well from friends and coworkers, so I think I'm going to get to this one before the others because it just sounds amazing. If you don't know already, it is a Beauty and the Beast retelling with fairies. Next is Nimona by Noelle Stevenson. I don't really know a whole lot about this. I know that the artwork is done by the same person who did the artwork for Fangirl, and I've heard it's kind of an adventure story with a female lead character, so that is very cool and it did grasp my attention, so I look forward to getting this one. It is a graphic novel, and just look at that artwork. So the next book that I got was Winter by Marissa Meyer. This is the final book in the Lunar Chronicles series besides the novella book coming out in 2016. This is the conclusion, and I'm so excited to read this. The pages are so thin. They're like Bible thin. This book is 800 pages long, and I'm so excited. Snow White is one of my favorite Disney movies, and I love the fairy tale, so I'm very excited to get this one started as soon as possible. The next book I picked up was Illuminae, The Illuminae Files #1 by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. I've heard amazing things about this on BookTube as soon as I saw this book last year when a lot of people were hauling it from BEA. I knew I wanted to get my hands on it, but I decided to wait until Christmas, and I think it's going to be so worth it. I also got a new bookmark. It's an inside out bookmark. It's very cute. I'll pull it out of the plastic. It has all of the little feelings. I also picked up The Darkest Minds by Alexandra Bracken after I got Never Fade at Value Village. I decided to use my gift card to pick up the first one so I could get a start on this series. It's a road trip mixed with like disease, I think. I'm not entirely sure what this series is about. I've heard mixed things, like I said before, but I am looking forward to starting this. The final book I got out of the book cards from my mom is Amulet Book 4, The Last Council by Kazu Kibushi. I am loving this graphic novel series. It's middle grade, but it's so fun and adventurous, and I look forward to continuing on. One of the other gift cards I got, I spent Boxing Day because we were open on Boxing Day, and I only picked up one book out of it right now because I picked up a couple of other things that weren't books, like a unicorn pen and a photo album. But I also picked up Binge by Tyler Oakley. It was on sale for $10, but I absolutely loved listening to this book on Audible, so I decided to pick it up because I loved it so much. So now I can look at the pictures and maybe even reread it because it was that good. The next two books are books that I received for Christmas, and the first one is Magnus Chase and the Gods of Asgard. The first book, The Sword of Summer. This came out back in October, and this is an Indigo exclusive version. It has an exclusive bonus poster, and this is it. So this is the 9 worlds. I guess we'll learn about these worlds in the book, but this is pretty nifty. Don't think it's worth having a sticker on the front stuck to it like this, but I'll survive. I'm really excited to get into this one. I still haven't finished Heroes of Olympus, so I may try to finish those books first because I still have 2 left. I still have the House of Hades and the Blood of Olympus, so I may try to read those first before getting to this one, but maybe not. We'll see. And the other book is Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, the illustrated edition. This edition is absolutely gorgeous, and I have been looking at it since it came out because I knew that I was getting it for Christmas, but it's just absolutely beautiful and stunning, and I cannot wait to reread this again this year because I reread it this last year, but I'm going to be reading this edition to look at all the beautiful pictures.
Book. My mom had ordered me a book. She thought she was ordering Your Voice Is All I Hear by Leah Schreier, which she did end up ordering after the fact, but the book she ended up ordering is Your Voice in My Head by Emma Forrest. This book is about a British journalist, who is dealing with depression and loneliness and damaging relationships, and she goes and sees a psychiatrist who ends up helping her out, and she starts doing really well, and she ends up in a relationship, and then the psychiatrist dies, and her relationship ends, and she has to deal with all this basically by herself. So even though it wasn't the right book, I'm actually kind of excited to read this. It sounds really interesting. And yeah, I am getting Your Voice Is All I Hear, which I've already read. I read it last summer. Give it 5 stars. Definitely pick it up if you can. So, back to your previously scheduled program.
So those are all the books that I received for Christmas. I still have one gift card left, but I'm going to be saving that, I think, for books that I want to read as they come out, because this is the new year, which means new books are going to be released. Or if I get all these books read, then I'll use them then. I'm trying to be very good because I'm running out of space. But these next 3 books are books that I purchased for school because I'm doing an English, sci-fi, and fantasy, as well as some philosophy courses. So one of these is for one of my philosophy course, and the other 2 are for my English course. The first book is I, Robot by Isaac Asimov, and I couldn't find an edition that didn't have Will Smith on the cover. Not too excited about this, but I will survive because I need it for school. So I don't really know a whole lot about it other than that it became a movie. So I'm going into this blind. Hopefully it's good. Next is Good Omens by Terry Pratchett and Neil Gaiman. I've only read Neil Gaiman's Coraline, but I've heard amazing things about Terry Pratchett as well as this book itself, so I look forward to reading this. It's as heard on Radio 4, so it should be interesting. And the last book is The Divine Comedy by Dante. We have Dante's Inferno, Purgatorio, and Paradiso. I'm doing a seminar course for my philosophy major, and we're basically going to be discussing this book and the philosophies related to it. But yeah, those are all the books that I received in December, I guess you could say. Most of these are for did receive for Christmas in one way or another. I look forward to reading all of these books. I'm currently working on Carry On, and I'm hoping to have that finished either today or tomorrow, and then I'll see what I decide to dive into next. See you next time. Bye.